Dear students, in previous video we have learned that how the uneven heating on the earth is affecting the wind current, or in another word we will say the wind movement on the surface of the earth. That means wind circulation is performed on the earth because of the uneven heating. An uneven heating takes place on the earth by two methods. Number one, we have learned that uneven heating due to the land and water, and uneven heating due to the poles and equator. Because of this natural imbalance in temperature, it created the two different type of pressure region. One pressure is high pressure region, on the other hand it has created a low pressure region, and in that way the wind is circulating across the globe. Like in the example of uneven heating of equator and poles, the hot air is rising up from the equator, and to take the place of that wind, the cool air is coming from the poles. So that is the first circulation of the wind formed. On the other side, there is another uneven heating of the wind is also there, that is due to the land and water, and due to that uneven heating of the land and water, it creates a monsoon winds, which is very necessary for us. The winds from the oceans carry water and bring rain. It is a part of water cycle. That is an example of uneven heating of land and water. The monsoon winds carry water and it rains. So that's why that monsoon wind is play a very important role in surface of the earth. As the country like India, we are highly dependent on the good monsoon, as monsoon winds carry water and it rains. Clouds bring rain and give us happiness. Farmers in our country depend mainly on rains for their harvest, as I mentioned to you. There are many folk songs associated with this cloud and rain. Sing and enjoy with your friends. That means there are so many folk songs are associated with the monsoon also. So monsoon is play a very important role. Now how this pressure difference is created the other phenomena, that we will also understand in this video. The very first phenomena is known to be storm, and storm is also got the different variety of phenomena, or you can say different forms of storm is there. Storms. A storm is any disturbed state of an environment or astronomical body's atmosphere, especially affecting its surface and strongly implying severe weather. It means that what is a storm? Storm is nothing but it is a type of disturbance. That means it is created a type of disturbance which is affecting a severe change in the weather. That means if there is a shine and sunny day, and at that particular day, suppose after a certain period of time there is a cloud are coming and there is a severe lightning is started, so that change is known to be as a disturbance into the environment. So that's why it is mentioned here, a storm is a disturbance in an environment which is especially affecting the surface of that particular body, astronomical bodies atmosphere. Astronomical bodies means here we can refer as a surface of the earth. So it doesn't mean that this storm can only occur on the surface of the earth. there is also other planets that exist into the solar system, and there also these type of storms are occur. That's why here the word is used, the astronomical bodies. It may be marked by significant disruptions to normal conditions such as strong wind, hail, thunder, and lightning. That means it is creating a disruption. That means there is a normal conditions are there. That means sun rises and normal temperature is there according to the season. And if there is any change, like for an example, a strong wind is blowing, hail is there, or thunder and lightning is takes place, so that kind of examples are known to be as a storms. Or heavy precipitation like snow storm, rainstorm, heavy freezing rain, ice storm, strong winds, tropical cyclone windstorm, or wind transporting some substances through the atmosphere, as in a dust storm, blizzard, or sandstorm, etc. So there is a variety of storms are there. That means storm has a kind of disturbance into the environment which is created because of the some climatic condition, and in that climatic condition the pressure difference, the temperature difference is play a very important role. In our particular chapter, which storm we will study, our main concern is on to the thunderstorm and how this thunderstorm will convert it into a cyclone. That is the two phenomena we will focus on our chapter. But basically there is a variety of storms are there which is mentioned in this paragraph. Storms generally lead to negative impacts on lives and property, such as storm surge, heavy rain, or snow causing flooding or road impassability. That means storm generally have a negative impact whenever this type of disturbance is created into the environment, so directly that can impact to our normal daily life. Lightning, wildfires, and vertical wind shear. However, system with significant rainfall can alleviate drought in places they move through. Heavy snowfall can allow spatial recreational activities to take place which would not be possible otherwise, such as skiing and snowmobiling. That means there are the variety of disturbances created which is directly or indirectly it is created a problem for us. Like if there is a heavy snowfall, then it is also create a problem for us. And there is, so according to the region there are the different varieties of storms are there. A country like India, it is a tropical hot and humid region country. That's why there is a thunderstorm and cyclones are considered to be the most commonly occur. If you are move into the you can say that if the country which is having the less temperature, or they are considered to be the cold countries, in that they are having the problem like they have the snowfall, they have the snowfall is very common thing in that area, or you can say the snowstorm is there. So according to the region on the surface of the earth, we have got the variety of storm. So in our country and our main concern is on to the thunderstorm. And why we are having that concern? Because our country is situated in a tropical region where the average climate is considered to be hot and humid. So now we will learn what is thunderstorm. Thunderstorm. Thunderstorms developed in hot, humid tropical areas like India. very frequently. That I mentioned earlier, that in which type of condition where the thunderstorm commonly occur, the thunderstorm commonly occur into the hot, humid and tropical areas like our country. How it is occur? That is the defined in the next lines. The rising temperature produce strong upward rising winds. Like I mentioned, the temperature difference and pressure differences create a very important role to create such disturbances in environment, and especially in a case of thunderstorm. So what happens? When there is a very high temperature difference, so because of that temperature difference, the wind is rising up. That means I told to you that hot air always rises up. If there is a very large temperature difference, then because of that temperature difference, the hot air is moving very rapidly into the upward direction, or you can say that it is moving very fast into the upward direction. In that process, these winds carry water droplets upwards. That means in that process and that particular situation in which at particular day where very large temperature difference is created, due to that the wind is moving in upward direction and it is also carry the water droplets with it, where at a very you can say that a high altitude, or you can say at a very good height, that water droplets got freeze and fall down again. So what happened? Hot air strongly move in upward direction, it is also carry the water droplets which is moving with that hot air, and at a particular height it got freeze and again it is fall down again. So in that process, the swift movement of the falling water droplets along with the rising air create lightning and sound. So what it is indicating, or what we try to explain in that lines, then when the strong wind is moving upward, that means it is moving in upward direction, it is also carry the water droplets, it is freeze and again it fall down. So that process is continuous, and in that process what happened? It create lightning and sound, and that is the event that we call a thunderstorm. So in brief, if we want to describe what is a thunderstorm, then thunderstorm is nothing but it is a combination of lightning and sound into the environment, that is known to be the thunderstorm. So that is the definition of thunderstorm. So thunderstorm basically a condition in an environment where there is a large temperature difference is created, and due to that temperature difference, strong air is moving into the upward direction, that also carry the water droplets with it, and after getting a certain height, again that water droplets again coming back to fall down on the ground, and in that process the lightning and a sound is created, that is known to be the thunderstorm. Now when the thunderstorm is takes place, then we should very aware about it, because in some cases the thunderstorm is also become hazardous for us. So for that purpose, whenever there is a thunderstorm takes place, we should follow some precautions. What are the precautions? I will explain to you. If a storm is accompanied by lightning, we must take the following precautions. Number one, do not take shelter under an isolated tree. If you are in a forest, take shelter under a small tree. Do not lie on the ground. Why it is mentioned we do not lie on the ground? Because as our body is a good conductor of electricity, and in thunderstorm or the lightning which we see, that is an example of static electricity. That is an example of static electricity. So that's why we should not lie on the ground. Why? Because we should not be directly exposed in front of the static electricity. That's why it is mentioned in here, we should not take the shelter under any isolated tree, because it is also attract that static electricity. Because when the thunderstorm is there, then raining is there, and if there is a isolated means a only a one or two tree in a particular area, that is known to be as a isolated tree. Do not take shelter under an umbrella with a metallic end. Why it is mentioned? Because metal is also again a good conductor of electricity. That's why whenever we are carrying any umbrella, then its tip should not be made with the metal end. Do not sit near a window, open garages, storage sheds. Metal sheds are not safe places to take shelter. The reason is same, because they all are made with the metal, and metal is considered to be a good conductor of electricity. A car or bus is a safe place to take shelter. If there is a bus or car, then we should remain inside the bus or car. If you are in a water, get out and go inside a building. That is also mentioned here, is if suppose in any condition, if we are in a water, then we should get out and go inside a building. So these are the precautions which we had to follow whenever there is a thunderstorm is there. Why we need to follow these precautions? Because whenever thunderstorm is created, lightning is there, and lightning is an example of static electricity. And the electricity which is created, it is a very heavy electricity, and can that can be cause any damage for us. That's why these following precautions we must take care whenever there is a thunderstorm is takes place. I hope in this video you can understand the meaning of the storm, special category of storm which we have concern about in this video, that is called thunderstorm, and what are the precautions we had to take during the thunderstorm. Thank you very much.